What up? This is Rap Hits, and so Wack 100 finally catches Akademiks after weeks of Akademiks dodging Wack over the smoke that they got going on. When Akademiks was talking about how Blueface is getting played, you know, like Akademiks was basically saying that Blueface is in a bad deal with Wack 100. More or less, that's what he was saying. Like, Wack was finessing Blueface basically and taking millions from him, you know, just basically getting over on Blueface and all his artists basically too, because that's how Akademiks made it sound, is that Blueface is in a bad deal with Wack. And then Wack got real heated and told Ak, hey, you know, we got to talk now. Basically, I'm going to give you, he said, 48 hours. Well, 2 weeks went by. Ak dodged Wack 100 for like 2 weeks. I even, in my last video, showed you where Wack 100 called Akademiks, and Akademiks would not pick up his phone. Well, they finally caught up with each other. So Akademiks called Wack, and Wack picked up on like the first or second ring, like instantly. He's been waiting for this, and it was pretty, well, I'm gonna let you see for yourself.
Let me call Wack 100 real quick. We got 7 minutes with him. We gotta get to it quickly. Wack!
Yo.
Wack, I got a limited time with you, but I had to call you. I know you wanted me to call you on stream. We're on stream. We should talk about, you know, some of what people are saying in terms of the contract stuff. I know you wanted to have your moment to discuss this with me publicly.
Man, you killed the moment on purpose. 2 weeks old.
Oh,
2 weeks old.
Oh, so you don't care no more? Okay, all right. No.
I mean, listen. You made it content, so I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to drive the content, right?
Okay. No. All right. So Wack. So
now I did hear you the other day.
Okay.
And you got to understand one thing, right? In this indie world, a lot of things you were saying was correct, but it's kind of like dinosaurs, right? Now watch this. You tier artists, right?
Yeah.
And you know your capabilities, your plugs, your resources, and you know what it take him 3 years to do, you could do in the next 6 months, right? So yes. You take this dude and you sign this dude, right? So you sign and you give him a bag, right?
Okay.
And then you get on the phone and you call this producer, you call this dude to get him this feature, you call this tour guy to get him a bunch of dates and shit, and they doing it not because of him, but because they got a relationship with you. Not to say he ain't hot, but maybe it's a little premature, right?
Okay.
Are you saying that you're supposed to do all of that and let us playing homeboy management reap the benefits who don't know how to do nothing but stand around? You're supposed to get out the way and allow all that ain't how that works these days, Zach.
Well, Wack, put it like this. I agree with everything you're saying. I think you're more valuable than even the manager, right? That wasn't my point. My point was this. In any particular situation, because what I realized is that you and Blueface situation is a little bit different. Like,
totally different.
You might operate as a manager on certain business situations, and then on certain situations, you're the label in terms of you went and got the deal for the single, or you went and got the deal for whatever.
And guess why?
Yeah.
You notice my artist, my client, is never in one of them situations where they're stuck for 5 albums, stranded, crying, wanting to get out. You know why? Because I'm going to step in front of it and I'm going to treat it as if it's mine. So I'm going to take control of it and put them in a situation that their manager would want them in. See, it's a different thing. Think about it. Blueface was a new artist. You never seen Blueface stuck for 4, 5 albums, not even 3 albums.
No, absolutely. So here's the. I think you know why I use that, like, you know, as an example.
I was like, as a brother, I'm gonna be real. As a brother, I think you're an asshole.
No. No, I do think Blueface is. I think Blueface is stupid. But here's the thing. I think the internet is confused whether they would want to consider you the manager of Blueface or the label of Blueface. I think the real answer I've kind of got to is that you're both at different times.
At different times, depending on what's going on.
Okay.
Exactly.
And listen, hold on, Wack. My whole point is this: as long as you're not doing both at the same time, you're good. Like,
well, here goes the thing. Listen, his reality show, right?
Okay.
Not only did he get paid as talent, but I made him a partner in the overall platform.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Now, when it comes down, I didn't book tours, fights, merch deals, and all that shit. That's simple management shit. Now, when I go do a label deal or something,
you got him that deal with E1. I seen E1 on a couple of his projects. You got that because I know I've heard you speak about your relationship with him. So in that situation, when you get him a single deal or like maybe it's like an EP deal,
so we got a single deal for $500,000.
Yeah,
and that went to Blueface.
Okay,
that's his money.
However, when it says it's released through 100 ENT and E1 or whatever the case is, at that, like when you get the deal in that situation, you're the label and the money is different, but you're moving as a label, not a manager.
Yeah, but what happens in that situation, whatever goes to him goes to him. What I have to do is I have to wait for the performance of the album, because guess what? They want somebody to take the risk. Although Blueface got $500,000, that's not free money. I'm responsible for it. I got to step in there and say, I'm willing to put, this is a piece you forgot about, I'm willing to put my catalog up to assure that even if Blueface doesn't make this money back, you can still collect it. So I'm kind of like that cosign that makes it happen even when it's not supposed to happen. I do shit totally different to open doors up. So when they looking at my catalog overall and they're saying, well, he has a catalog over here that's doing X amount a year, Wack saying, do this deal at this amount, give him that money, and he's willing to put his catalog up to assure our recoup, what do you think they do? They do the deal.
Yeah. And you know, again, when I explained it, I wanted people to, you know, understand that I don't know, and you're right on that, I don't know the intricacies of your deal with these artists. I don't know if you have them in a 5-album deal. I don't know if it's like you just do single deals with them. I wouldn't know. Like for example, like I remember when
here's my deal, Act.
Okay.
And me and you, we got a few things lined up. As long as I'm bringing in the money, as long as I'm protecting your best interest, and you got to remember, Act, let me ask you something. You know this. Okay. How many managers you know are big manager firms? I get a call at 9:30 that their client is in jail in another state, and he's on the freeway at about 6 a.m. He's in that courtroom with a bondsman. So a whole lot come with me, Act.
No, absolutely.
And you didn't watch me. You didn't watch me do it on all my artists.
No, absolutely.
A millionaire in 93 days. He was a man with no credit score when I got him, and within the first 90 days, he was in a multi-million-dollar home that was in his name. That all come with, you know, other structures and things. So it's a lot that come with me. I know a lot of people know Wack 100. That's a character. Cash Jones, that's the businessman.
Hey, let me ask you this question, because I think that's where like maybe some people are confused. So like, for example, The Game and Kanye West, they do a song, it's called Easy in 2022. It says it's released under 100 ENT Entertainment or incorporated. Are you in that business deal? I mean, you don't have to tell us everything because I know it's still your business.
That business deal, I was definitely labeled, but guess what?
So you're the label in that. Okay.
I did that through Virgin, I believe, right? And guess what? Virgin wasn't gonna get that budget up unless Wack had something to guarantee they recoup. And guess what?
Yeah.
My catalog is what gave them back their recoup, because they spent a little money. Remember, Game released 30 songs that album. Guess who had to eat it? I spent $400,000 alone on sample clearances. Guess who paid for it? Game will tell you. Whatever Wack wires me, my artists, like some of these niggas, they get a budget $500,000 to their pocket, $200,000. They gotta spend their money making their album. Whatever goes to my artist's pocket, stay in their pocket. I'm responsible for clearances, studio time, features, production, mix, mastering, videos, you name it.
Hey. And by the way, because we're about to get to J. Cole's album, so I really wanted to give you this chance. I'm gonna call you afterwards though, but because we got mad other shit to talk about. But let me ask you a question. That song in 2022 called "Easy" with Game and Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest with me. Did you use the leverage of you doing Ye a favor? Because we all remember, like, you know, you did a favor for Ye. You gave him a laptop with.
I did a.
Yeah.
No, I definitely did a favor for Ye, but let's put things in order. The favor I did for Ye, right, kind of came after that. Remember, that's the time me and Ye was flying around doing business. That's when me and Ye went to see. That's the time me and Ye went down to the Brownsville to visit Elon Musk for damn near half a day.
Okay.
Remember, that's when I was working on getting 6ix9ine's feature, brother. Think about it.
Yeah.
Remember, I went to Austin to try to get 6ix9ine's feature done with Ye? That was that time.
I remember.
That was that time. What I did for him with the Ray J shit came after the fact. So me and Ye was already doing things, as you know, because I was working on the feature for 6ix9ine. So when we got back to Cali, he like, Wack, y'all in the studio? I'm like, yeah, we vibing like a month, traveling around, doing shit. We went to see Elon, Alicia Keys. We on jets together. I'm working 6ix9ine shit. So that's when that happened. And remember, Game has his own relationship with it. You know, he moving with Wack. Him and Game is good.
100%. He didn't want to get far. Hold on, just because we got to wrap. So I just want to put a bow on this. So in reality, and I want to clarify here. So like again, the point stands. Just overall, it just doesn't apply. It seems to Wack and Blueface or Wack and Game. Wack is one of the people where, hey, he's like a fluid type of person where, hey, Wack's a hustler. If he go get a deal for an artist, he might be operating in a label sense for that particular deal, that album, that single, whatever. But also, if he go get, I don't know, maybe go get a merch deal, or he might go get like a headphone deal, that's where he's being a manager. He's not doing it where he's both in every single situation. And that's what I was talking about, because what I was talking about was what's his name? Finesse Two Times. Finesse Two Times clearly is getting pimped by, you know, the people who he's doing business with. They want their hand in everything. So for every time he collects a dollar, they want to collect 10.
They ain't doing nothing for him, bro. And I told Finesse when I saw him at Aiden's compound at the fight when we were all down there, send me your contract, and I bet you I have my legal get you out of there, and I'll go get you a situation. He said he was gonna send it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'll get on him about that. Yeah.
By the way, March 15th, good chance you're going to have to be in Miami. I think I got Aiden booked that lived on Sunday. He's able to live stream first artist.
Oh, I'm in there.
First streamer to do it. Oh, yeah, he told me today to tell you we got to be there.
Yeah, so I had talked to Headliner, and Headliner said he wanted me to be there. So we'll do that, all right? Wack, thank you. I'm going to call you after this J. Cole album.
Yeah.
All right, bet. Appreciate it.
And so you see, it was pretty uneventful. I mean, the smoke is done. They're back cool again. So this is how you take care of beef. You know, this is how you take care of smoke. You can sometimes, you know, just talk about it, you know, and communicate about what, you know, your differences of opinion is all about, and get on the same page. And, you know, that's a good way how they was able to get past that, because really Wack 100 will run over Akademiks. I mean, in the last video, Wack 100 was really warning Akademiks to be cool, because it could go there. And you see they was able to pretty much take care of all the issues and talk about the business with Blueface, and how Wack 100 is actually a good manager. He's taking care of clearances, studio time, production, videos, features, merch, and all that. Like, he's hands-on. Plus, he shows up for any legal issues his artists might have, not just for Blueface, but for all his artists. He does this. He's really hands-on and involved with these artists. Like, he's not just a manager that's just taking money off the top, you know, and not showing nothing back. Like Wack 100 is saying he actually puts in work, probably more work than a lot of other managers. And so, Wack 100 was able to make this clear to Akademiks that, Blueface is paying for his services because Wack is saying he puts money up. Wack said he's putting his own money up with these deals to make sure the artist doesn't even have to worry about that stuff. It sounds like the artists can just focus on their artistry and their music while Wack takes care of all the clearances and everything else. So the artist can just focus on the music. And that's a good manager. I mean, so looks like they're going to be cool now. Ak and Wack, they're back cool again. And Wack was saying, like, you basically dodged me for 2 weeks on purpose. Because, in the heat of the moment, it was going there. Like, it was up. You know what I'm saying? It was up at the time. And then Akademiks dodged Wack long enough for him to cool down. I think that's what he was doing on purpose because they got business to get back to. They got to get back to the bag, And looks like they're going to be able to do that now because it sounds like they're back cool and everything. Wack says he does good business with his artists. And it does sound like Wack, goes above and beyond for his artists. I have to give him that. Like, I always see how Wack is showing up to Blueface's court appearances, and he's showing up to Ray J's court stuff and Game's court stuff and even civil cases or anything. Wack is involved in, trying to make sure that his artist is good. So I would say Wack does a very good job with his artists. And for Ak to call Wack out like that and act like he's just, taking bread from his artists, that was out of line. That was out of line for Ak to do that. So they chopped it up though and communicated, got everything out that they needed to. The energy was cool because how long it took for them to finally talk. So yeah, looks like they're gonna be all right now. And you know what I'm saying, that's water under the bridge now. They can move forward with the with any new business features they got on the way, any ventures they got on the way, and they can really get back to the bag now. So that's good that they was able to work that out, because really that's an uneven battle anyway. Blueface and Wack versus Akademiks. Like Akademiks already said he's not a street dude, so that would have been easy work for Ak was stepping into a lane that he really I don't think was ready for, and he didn't want to see that old Wack come back. You know what I'm saying? What Wack is known for. Don't mistake. You know what I'm saying? His kindness for weakness, basically, because you know what I'm saying. Wack knows how to, like he said, he knows how to put on different hats, like the Cash Jones hat, his legal name, versus his Wack 100 persona from the streets. He knows how to. He can switch back between both of them characters real quick. You never know which Wack you're gonna get if you step on his toes. So you want to stay on the good side of Wack before before it goes there, because Wack, he talks a lot. He talks like he's nothing to play with, and I believe it. I mean, Wack 100 is from the streets, so just because he knows how to be a businessman and move differently now don't mean that you can't bring out. But really, he got more to lose too. You got to think about that too. So I don't know if somebody's gonna pull his card. Because look, stay tuned, hit that like button and subscribe, because I got someone who pulled his card. I'm gonna be playing for y'all probably in the next video, and it went left. So with Wack, I'm not sure. I mean, you would think that the dude is good in the hood and still willing to go there, but you never know, because Wack really has a lot to lose now. He don't want to end up like Big U or something. So that's where I think the streets can smell, saying if they think it's something where they can test them and push them. Because really, if a real active member is out there, they and they're smart, they kind of understand that, hey, Wack's doing well for himself. He don't want to mess up and fumble his bag. So at this point, when somebody's in that situation where they change their life and they're on the right path, that is kind of where sharks can smell, what in the water. You know what I'm saying? And, you never know. I mean, I don't think Wack wants to ruin all that he's built up over the years to crash out. Like they're saying Little Dirk might have crashed out or something. And that's a whole different story. We're not even gonna get into Dirk stuff right now. I got some stuff to tell y'all about Dirk at another time. But I mean, the way the feds is trying to make it sound like Dirk crashed out, I put it like that. I'm not saying he did crash out, but that's what they saying. It's like Dirk went there, and I have my opinion about that. But like I said, that's a whole nother video. But Wack though, I don't think like Wack wants to crash out. I think he's smarter. He's moving smarter, and you know, at this point, you know, when you see somebody doing well like that, you really, like, any real street person might know, like, hey, this person probably don't want to take it there. You would think, you know, this person might not want to take it there. They got a whole lot to lose. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I saw little Zay Osama check Wack's temperature before. Little Zay Osama sounded like a crash out. He was ready to crash out. So, you know, with the YNs, you never know. You never know what they gonna do. Like, it sounded like Zay Osama was willing to crash out for his rep, but Wack just wanted to clarify everything, and you know, he had every right to, because Akademiks made it sound like Wack did bad business. Wack wanted to let everyone know. Wack was saying, hey, you can't be out here talking like that. You know what I'm saying? This is my business, and you can't be putting me out there like that, like I do bad business. You got to let the streets know and the world know that I do good business, and he had every right to defend himself in that way. So yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Let's get over 100 likes on this video. Also, if you want to check out my secret videos, you can join HITZ membership for as little as $1. You get access to all my members only videos. Also, I got other links if you want to follow me on social media and everything like that. My free email newsletters, and all that. I'm out.